so as you know. And I gonna leave you hanging. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna read 2 chapters. I just finished marking it out. I normally mark it in sections, so I know where I'm gonna stop, and I can come back to it and reread part of it. All right. So, so Mark wondered if he'd seen them come in. If not, maybe they could ambush him. No, Mark thought, better to figure out that he knows we're here. Ralph, Mark called. Yeah, Mark, get your rifles. John could be coming this way. Have Doc Vasquez and Lisa come in here and take a look at the wounded man. Get these women out of sight. Take them to Roberta's house next door and get them inside as soon as possible. You got it, Mark, Mike replied. Olga, you got any men who can help us guard the command post? We're pretty thin with all the men who went to the ranch. I have almost everyone down where the fighting is, she answered. I think we need at least 10 more men to guard the command post. We cannot afford to lose our communications center and clinic. What are the tower guards doing? The ones on the east side are helping fight the invaders. The others are in the closest foxhole to where they were and are still watching for anyone trying to get into the neighborhood. You want to get them to come guard the command post? Yes, Mark answered, thinking John had already come across when the tower guards were climbing down. Was that right, he thought? He wished Gunny were here. The old man would know exactly what to do. Mark shook the thought from his mind. Gunny wasn't here, and they'd just have to make do without him. Wait. He stopped Olga before she spoke over the radio. No. Pull 10 men from the corner instead and have them come back here. Tell them to double time. Then call the tower guards and have them look for intruders inside the subdivision as well as anyone trying to get in. You got it, boss. Tell Billy they had 7 trucks. We may have shot some of them up. Too bad for them to bring them all, but they're probably 5 or 6. Tell them to find the trucks and do whatever he has to so they can't get away in those vehicles, Mark instructed. Henry relayed the message over the proper radio. Mark turned his attention back to the map. He had to figure out what John was doing. The grenades were the obvious target, but is that what he really wanted? Mark tried to put himself in his adversary's shoes as he stared at the map. If John's plan was to hit the command post, then he really should have been here already. It made no sense to give Silver Hills time to mount a better defense. Mark put his finger on the map where the fighting was taking place. If it was a diversion, what from? Usually you'd head fake one way and then go the opposite. He looked at the opposite corner. The southwest corner held nothing of tactical importance. In fact, the closest house to that corner was his. Mark's stomach felt like someone had just carved a gaping hole through it. If John wanted revenge, the Turner house was the best place to get it. Mark choked back his fear and tried to convince himself that he was just being paranoid. The fear came roaring back as his logic failed to overcome his paranoia. He had to find out. He turned and saw Mike and Ralph coming back from Roberta's house. Ralph, you and the other men stay here with Olga. Mike, you're with me. As Olga and Ralph stared vacantly, Mike followed Mark out of the converted garage. Mark turned and started cautiously running up the hill to the back of the subdivision. Where are we going? Mike asked. I have a bad feeling about this, he explained to his brother. I've had a bad feeling all day, and now I think I know why. I think the attack at the front is just a diversion. John hates me, and he might try to take it out on Jess and the kids. Then why are we going by ourselves? Because it's just a hunch, and we can't take men off the command post where it becomes an easy target. The 2 men jogged quietly up the moonlit road toward the back of the subdivision. Mark was lost in the fear that he might be right.